Hey guys, it's Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. If you hear Finn barking, I'm sorry. He literally just started as I was about to film. So we are again in my bathroom. Please pardon the lighting. It has been a very, very crummy day outside and sorry, there's hair right there. It's been a very, very crummy day outside. It's been raining for the last 5 days. It snowed last night, so I've pretty much been indoors cleaning and organizing and decluttering my home. But for today's video, because it is Thursday, I'm trying to keep myself very accountable on uploading on Tuesdays and Thursdays for you guys because I have gained more subscribers and I really do enjoy having my YouTube channel. So today, with it being crappy outside, I kind of just wanted to sit down to chat with you guys and do a little bit of a life update. So if you have been here for a while, you probably had seen my video where I was planning on buying a home, and I did meet with somebody and sit down with them and have a conversation, and it was a very big reality check because I had always thought that, there are programs out there that even if you didn't have like the best credit history, you would be able to do something, and that was not the case. So she basically just drew me out a plan and was like, call me back in 6 months. And with my spending habits, that did not happen. So I've been watching a girl, her name is Alyssa NIcole. I will encourage her channel down below. She does the Dave Ramsey cash envelope system. I've been watching her for about a month now, and I've been really, really enjoying it. It pretty much is trying to almost motivating me to also do the cash envelope system. And I have decided to do that. So the biggest motivation for me personally that I have is that I had a medical bill from a really, really long time ago. I worked at JCPenney's and had really, really bad health insurance. And I had an emergency surgery and had to have my appendix removed. So after all of that was said and done, after my insurance, I still owed about $10,000 for my surgery. So that was 5 years ago because I just had my 5-year anniversary for working at Team Wireless Verizon. And yeah, it is a lot of money, and it was like, it seemed like I was on a payment plan for a little bit, I think, and then something happened where like I had to call in and set up a new payment plan, but I never did. They never really sent me anything in the mail. And I know like at the beginning of this year around tax return season, I was like, I honestly don't have, that much money, but I'd be able to do like $10 like bi-weekly, so like $20 a month. And they basically just like declined my offer, saying that it was too low because my balance on that particular account was about $7,000. But for me personally, like paying something is better than paying absolutely nothing. So basically just like, that's where it basically ended. I never received anything in the mail until I got a phone call from HR saying that they were going to be garnishing my paychecks. So if you don't know what garnishing or garnishment is basically where they get it approved by the court system, where they can take money out of your paycheck. So tomorrow will be the second day that I've had my paycheck garnished. So I want to say it's around 16%. So I definitely have a reduced income from what I had before. And before, I was even living paycheck to paycheck with my spending habits. So I'm trying to like get down to where I need to be to be able to pay for everything and do all the things that I want to do in my life and not be stressed out. So with that, if you're not familiar with Dave Ramsey, definitely recommend checking it out. But step 1 is creating an emergency fund of $1,000. So my steps that I'm going to be taking is a little bit different, and just because my situation is a little bit different, I definitely will be uploading types of videos like this on YouTube for accountability on myself, to make sure that I am keeping track of my progress. And my nose itches, I'm sorry. So currently right now, I'm currently behind on 2 accounts. So step 1 for me is making sure that I'm up to date on those accounts. And then after that, making sure that I am paying my rent on time. even though my landlord does not like cash my paychecks until like 3 weeks after I send my paycheck out. But that is something that would be my step number 2, because my paycheck is a lot more than the amount that I'm currently like behind on those 2 other accounts. So once I'm caught up on those, then my number 3 would be creating my $1,000 emergency fund. And then with that, I will be creating a couple of other smaller savings accounts with my cash envelopes. So what I've heard a lot of people talk about is how you need to create your $1,000 first before you save for anything else. But for me personally, especially with Christmas coming around, I think it's especially important to be saving to Christmas. I do have a 2-year-old, and I do have some younger sisters that I do some Christmas shopping for. So once I have my $1,000 saved up, then I probably will be switching all over to these cash envelopes here. So I thought it'd be fun just to go over, what I'm having for cash envelopes and why I'm doing it, and kind of explaining all of that. And I have been doing the same thing that Alyssa does on her channel, where she'll write down, what she's spending her paycheck on, and so forth. So I may do that in a future video. We will just kind of have to take a look and see. It'll probably be a while. But there's a couple of these envelopes that I'm probably going to start using right away, and some of them I probably am not. So the first envelope that I have that I definitely will be using in the near future is going to be my utilities envelope. So the biggest reason why I would probably use my utilities envelope in the near future is just because if I make a payment online, it does take a couple of days to process. So sometimes I can see myself thinking that there's more money in my account than I actually think. So if I put money in this envelope, I just go to the utility office and I pay it, then it's paid that day, and then I don't have to worry about thinking I have more money in my account. Another thing, so the next one that I have is going to be Spectrum. So that's going to be my internet bill. For this one, typically I pay my internet bill when I get my commission check, so I'm hourly and commission. So my first paycheck of the month is my hourly paycheck, and my second paycheck is my hourly and commission, and then if I have a third paycheck, that is hourly. So for this, I normally pay this on my commission check, so it is a higher check. So this I probably would just pay online just for the convenience. And the next thing that I have is my cell phone. So my cell phone bill, I do currently have it set up on auto pay on my mom's account, and I do know specifically when that is due. So that's something that I may or may not put in an envelope in the near future, but probably not. The next thing that I have is my car insurance. So my car insurance, I do have this set up for auto pay as well, so I don't know if I would quite use this envelope right away. Gas, I probably won't be using it in the near future. Kind of what my strategy is right now is I have paying for all of my bills that I need to pay, and then as of right now, I'm giving myself $100, so it's $50 per week to help cover my gas, food, and then any other additional expenses. That does include for my son as well. Right now, we are still doing diapers, but I am fully stocked on diapers, I'm fully stocked on wipes, and I do have different reward apps that I do redeem usually for Amazon or Walmart gift cards, so I'll probably wait until I have enough gift cards to be able to purchase all of his potty training stuff, and then anything else that I might need, I'll probably use those gift cards, so that's kind of going to help me get by. And then for my vehicle, I have a small car that gets a decent amount of gas mileage. As of right now, it takes about $28 to fill up my gas tank, and I usually have to fill it up about once a week. So kind of just depends on how much driving that I do. So this one I, as of right now, won't use because I'm just going to give myself that money and then will use it as needed. And then kind of what my game plan is whatever I have left over as of right now when I get paid next, that's what's going to go into my emergency fund. And the next thing that I have is daycare. So for my daycare, I do have to write a check out for this, just so I know how much, what I paid for the year. I can keep count of that. So this I might turn into a different type of envelope. And then I do have this little clip here that I do have some other envelopes. And these are kind of going to be like my extra savings ones. And I'm not planning on putting a whole bunch of money in these. I'm thinking maybe just like, I'm not really entirely sure. But the first one is going to be medical. So right now I do have a balance of $90 on my medical that I do need to pay off. But just in case something ever comes up where my insurance does not cover it, in the future I will have this saved up. So I'm kind of thinking that I'm just going to do like $10 a month, so $5 out of each paycheck for this once I'm caught up on everything, and then I'm starting to save for my emergency fund. And speaking of emergency fund, I have an envelope for my emergency fund. Then I have an emergency fund for Christmas. I did create an emergency fund for extra income. So like I said before, my paycheck is hourly, the first one, and then hourly and commission, the second one. So between how much money that I make in a month and how much money I need to pay for my bills and everything, if I have anything extra for that month, that's where it's going to come into here. That way, if anything happens, if I make less money one month, I'll have this for a backup. And then another thing is going to be car expenses. So in the last year, I've had to do quite a few repairs to my car, probably around $500-600 worth of repairs. That definitely did have an effect on my income that I had. So I definitely am going to be grateful for having this in the future. And the last thing that I have is for a new house. So that's saving up money for a down payment. So if I had to like prioritize everything, medical I would do first because I only owe $90 on that. Then probably, let's see here, kind of like put them in the order that I think that I would need them. Probably the most, so I probably would put medical first because I only owe $90 for medical. Then I probably would put Christmas first because that's only seasonal. So essentially we'll save enough money for Christmas, and then I can like take a break from it and start saving it later at a different time. Car expenses, because you never know what's gonna happen. Extra income, emergency, and then new house. So that's kind of all of the envelopes that I have, and then I will go ahead and link that Ipsy shop down below because I do really like these, and I think they're very, very pretty. So they're basically just like a thicker paper, and they're laminated. And they did come in this cute sleeve as well. So I'm gonna put these back in here. So I just think will be at first a little bit more simple, just to give myself a cash budget of $100. And like I said, that's going to cover like my gas, my food. That does include my laundry because I do not have a washer and dryer here in my apartment or in my complex. I physically have to go somewhere else to do my laundry, which is kind of like annoying. But I pretty much have like a stockpile of laundry and then I go and do it. Yeah. So I have a lot, my like house smells like very, very fresh laundry. But that is pretty much going to complete this video, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I know it's kind of different for my channel, but it is something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm really looking forward to keeping YouTube as my accountability to make sure that financially I'm doing all the things that I want and need to be in the correct place that I want to be in and not go completely crazy, especially with the holiday season. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave me a comment down below of any of your favorite budgeting tips. or how to make extra money on the side, because I'm kind of thinking about getting another job, part-time job, but I'm not entirely sure on what I would want to do since I have Avery every other week. My availability is a little bit wonky, but once again, that completes this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!